Airbnb offers a very personal touch to travelers. Wonder if Ritesh is going to agree with that. But here's a slice of the very special conversation that we did have with the man who's changing the way we travel all over the world, Airbnb's co-founder Nathan Blecharczyk.
I think India has so much potential, and we're just starting to see it take off now on Airbnb with 18,000 homes here. That's increased 115%. We've also have seen travelers from India increase 185% over the last year. So we think that's really good momentum, although of course it's just the beginning. India has a thriving economy. Travel is set to grow. We think that rising tide is going to lift all boats, including the Airbnb boat. And so we've made it a company priority to invest here.
Okay. Let me also talk about, you said that you'll be bringing your global model here and, or will you look at a different way of dealing with the Indian market? Or is home ownership really a priority for Airbnb?
Well, we have an office here in India to be incredibly local. We want to make sure we understand the Indian market. We understand that there might be differences. To start with, we bring our kind of best-in-class practices from our global operation, and over time we can customize that as necessary.
Okay. Let me also talk about Oyo Rooms, because a lot of people say that the Oyo Rooms in India is they're always comparing it to what Airbnb is doing. Oyo is tying up with a lot of hotels, trying to provide services there. How do you see the competition coming in from Oyo Rooms?
Well, it's true. We're both new companies, relatively speaking, but the offerings are really quite different. What's unique about Airbnb is these are people's homes. Every single home is different. You often get to interact with a host, so it's incredibly personal. And it's a way to not feel like an outsider when you're visiting, but really feel like an insider, like you're living there.
Have you followed the Oyo model closely?
I don't spend a lot of time studying the competition. Again, I don't actually view Oyo as a direct competitor.
Okay. Let me also talk about, a lot of people say that going forward, Airbnb will have a huge market here in India, simply because the Indian market is also growing. It's under-penetrated at this point of time. What kind of investments are you looking to bring in into India?
Well, we really have the whole company behind us. It's a company priority. So not only do we have the office here in India, but also our office in Singapore and San Francisco supporting the effort. So we'll do whatever it takes.
Will you be hiring tech talent here?
We'll have to see.
Okay. Let me also talk about from the regulatory aspect, companies like Uber and Ola are facing a lot of difficulty with the government, changing rules and bringing in a new set of regulations. What would be something that you would be looking at from, your company's point of view, and will it really be that you'll be seeking from the Indian government?
So this is a new business model, and in the space of accommodations, the rules typically go back many decades. And so what we're looking for is modern policies for the 21st century that speak specifically to home sharing and setting clear guidelines for how to do that responsibly. And we've seen many other countries do this successfully. We've seen the UK, France, Portugal, and others set national home sharing policies that are quite favorable. Just a couple days ago, the Indian government signaled that they think home sharing shows a lot of promise.
Okay. You're one of the youngest millionaires. Apart from that, you started programming at a very young age of 12. Help me understand, how do you look at the tech startup industry in India, and will you be looking to invest in startups, if at all?
Well, it's really hard to predict the future regarding investment. But listen, I think tech is this amazing thing. The whole world is now connected into one network, and it creates opportunity for so many people, especially those with tech skills. And so these companies that get started by usually just a couple smart individuals can turn into global phenomenons like Airbnb. So I think it's an incredibly exciting time.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.